What's up, everybody? It's your boy Camouflage. Welcome to Big Town Empire, and boy, do we have a story for you. A man leaves his wife and 3 children for his late brother's widow. Oh my. If you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bells so you can get all the latest stories. Marriage, the world's way of uniting individuals, in sickness, in health, for better, for worse, and so on and so forth. To some, the end of a solitary environment, and to others, a sacrifice of freedom, or so they say. For this man, however, he must have thought the stars were aligned for him, but a cunning reality was about to strike him. Wait, let's go back a little earlier. This woman, Madame Betra, has been living as a single mother for 6 years. Life with her 3 children became very unstable ever since the love of her life left her after an 8-year marriage. With no education, work experience, or support of any sort, she has been struggling to raise her 3 children with less than the bare minimum. Against all odds, she has managed to keep her children together and off the street, and for that, we commend her. The father of her children, Twahirwa Elias, has been elusive towards her, not providing any child support or allowance to assist her in the harshest of times, but karma was about to take its course. As we started to interview her, she received a phone call from a loyal associate.
None barasezerana sangahe? Nibwo basezerana.
They say word in Kigali spreads faster than a pandemic, and Twahirwa Elias' name had hit the radar. He was getting married at a local court in Tumba, despite not being able to care and support for his former family. Devastated and heartbroken, she decides in that moment to take action and bring her reality to the attention of the public, a sheer cry for help. We followed her and her 3 children as they journeyed through the neighborhood and into the busy street, negotiating a fair price for transport to the sector. The couple were wed in Kigali in 2007, but her cunning husband, Twahirwa Elias, decided to play the system and tie his knot in a different sector known as Tumba in the Rulindo district. As we arrived at the court, Mr. Elias seemed unaware of the forces working against him. Prepped to wed in a new suit that could easily have supported his 3 children through the toughest months of COVID-19, and a new girl by his side, Elias was about to witness the wrath of a single helpless mother fighting for her children's survival. As Elias held the flag, ready to finalize his union with his new wife, this happened. This scene shocked the congregation and prompted even those who were outside to quickly fill up the hall. Shouting at the top of her voice, "I will not allow this to happen. This is wrong. This cannot happen. You will never break me." A stirring moment for all that witnessed this event. As you can see, the protocol and security teams quickly sprang into action, advising her to unhand her ex-husband's shirt and explain her case to the court. As they say, speak now or forever hold your peace. As this mother mustered the confidence to speak, she calls for her children, and in that moment reached a new low, naturally breaking down as her daughter embraces her strongly. Filled with erupting emotion, she strikes out at the state registrar and reveals that she had known of this plan all along and warned the local executive and authorities about her ex-husband's endeavors. "I want justice for my children," she exclaims. Betra then went on to inform the local executives and congregation that she had attempted to warn them about a wedding that was to take place on Thursday and provided the details of her baby daddy, urging the court to not proceed with the ceremony until he establishes a structure for his children's future and immediate well-being. Making her plea to the state registrar, Betra explains that she has not received any financial support from Elias even when the pandemic hit, and her children have greatly suffered due to his decisions as a father. Mr. Elias had been avoiding her calls ever since the breakup and even lied to her of losing his job in an attempt to not provide monetary support that was crucially needed by this woman and her children. Listening to her plea, the state registrar then turned to Mr. Elias and demanded the reasons for his negligence. He simply said with all confidence and arrogance he had made an agreement at the local cell that he would provide 20,000 Rwandan francs per month for upkeep. That is equivalent to about $20 for a mother and 3 children, barely enough to get through a couple of days in the heart of Kigali, not to mention school fees that was well due. Madame Betra went on to expose that the last time she received any money from him was an amount of 2,800 francs and hasn't got anything else from him ever since. I want justice for my children, she repeats, and this union will not take place until I do. How can this man start a new family and leave his children begging for scrap, being labeled as street kids? Madame Betra, filled with emotion and discontent, lashes out at the state registrar. Demanding to know why he didn't take action after hearing from her about this unlawful union. Why didn't you call me back? She shouts. The state registrar, visibly complexed, asked for the permission to continue with the ceremony for the other couples in the hall, eager to tie the knot, but first explains the terms of marriage in the state of Rwanda. And points out to Madame Betra that Elias has broken no laws and can therefore be wed this very day. By Rwandan law, any man or woman has the right to get married with whoever they please, provided that a set of conditions are met. He then proceeds to say that if they can't find a viable solution immediately, then they will need to handle this particular event at another time. In light of this mother's actions, her children bewildered, Mr. Elias walks up to the table, grabs the microphone, and confidently says, "These children are my own, and I take responsibility for them. To end this issue immediately, I decide to take my children and live with them, and this woman can go ahead and move on with her life." The couple then squabble, and Madame Betra exclaims that she has never restricted Mr. Elias from taking the kids. All 3 children are at the age of deciding who they prefer to live with by law. But Madame Betra says it's all too late to begin what has been left undone for years. The squabble continues, and Mr. Elias rushes to his seat, leaving nothing but insult in Madame Betra's face. The state registrar, and pleased with the display in front of him, asks the couple to stop the drama and then abruptly changes his stance and requests the concerned couple to move into a private room. Walking to her verdict, Madame Betra tells us that the two came to Kigali together. We wanted to start a life and build with our children. Today, he's left me on the side and is planning a new marriage. Right now, I just want justice for my children and I want the government to help. In a private room, the state registrar lectures the couple and their families on the drama that they have caused, stating that personal issues should not have been handled in this type of manner. Public and the media should have not been involved. By Rwandan law, Madame Betra, You cannot crash a wedding in this country, and Mr. Elias has the right to sue you in court. The registrar then proceeds to state that there are requirements when getting married in Rwanda. For starters, you would need to be single and provide a certificate of celibacy. You would need to have reached the mature age for marriage and to not be related to the individual you're getting married to. On our part as the local government, we have ensured that these steps were followed and Mr. Elias has truly fulfilled each and every one of them. But in circumstances such as this, we urge all couples to solve their personal issues before coming to the court. By law, Mr. Elias has proven all the requirements from him, and we therefore cannot hinder him from getting married today. But if we analyze the circumstances surrounding Betra and Elias's relationship with the involvement of kids, then support from the father is truly required. The state registrar then went on to give an example and said, if I personally had a child with a side piece, I would have committed adultery, but the child is still my responsibility and therefore should be taken care of. Madame Betra then stood up to speak and said, I called the executive and asked him if he saw Mr. Elias's name on the list. It should have been him to take action. I haven't received any feedback or information on this issue from you or them. This man left me like a beggar and even used tribal discrimination whilst doing it. I won't stop him from getting married, but the way he did this was so immature. He never sat me down to decide the next steps after separation as normal couples would do, nor did he give me anything for the kids to survive on. If the local government would have intervened when I had called, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, Madame Betra exclaims. Madame Betra then went on to accuse the local authorities and state registrar not taking this matter to heart when she had expressed her concerns and her children's well-being in light of the recent events. Due to the time-consuming matter at hand and several people waiting in the sector's main courts to get married, the state registrar decided to postpone the conclusion of this issue to a later date as both parties were not agreeing on the terms that were set. As we departed from the site, Madame Betra urged us to spread her story and hope to see justice soon at the date provided to her by the local government. Great relationships aren't great because you have no problems, but rather they become great when both parties are willing to care and find a way to make it work. As always, this is Big Town Empire bringing you the latest stories, and stay tuned for part 2.